Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you saw my last video, which was my first rant video, you would know why I've been kind of off track with my posting, but I'm happy to announce that I just ordered a used iPhone 6 on Mercari. I got it for like $60 and I'm using it just as a camera for now until I can save up for one. I think with Christmas coming up, I might be getting one soon, so I didn't want to invest too much money into one. So this is very good for like just temporary. I've talked about Mercari before. I'll link the website below, especially to my profile, because I'm selling a lot of cool stuff. So if you want to check it out, you can get some really good prices for really good stuff on there. Anyway, getting into today's video, I wanted to talk about how clumsy I am. So I literally have a collection of casts in my attic. They were in my attic at my old house, and when we moved, I don't really know what happened to them, so I don't think we have them anymore. But there's been so many injuries that I've had, and what makes it a story is that they're all so ridiculous. I've broken bones, fractured bones, sprained, my muscles and everything like that over the most ridiculous stuff. And I'm going to share some of my clumsy stories with you. The clumsiness definitely runs in the family, especially on my mom's side. Everyone, it's like luck of the Irish, just so clumsy. My mom has some pretty ridiculous stories too. For example, like when I think she was like 16 years old, she was in the mall that I go to today, and I think it was Sears. She was riding the escalator down, and her shoe, not even the shoelace, because she didn't have shoelace on her shoes because that was like the fashion back then. Her shoe itself got caught in the escalator as it was going down. It was getting close to the bottom, and it was going to drag her shoe, like destroy her shoe at the trim of the bottom, and like cut her foot up and everything like that. Like her foot got stuck in it, and she ended up breaking her ankle because of that, and it was like really scary for her. And I've actually had a fear of escalators ever since she told me that when I was younger. I don't know why she would tell me that when I was younger, but she did. Now I have a fear of them. So if you ever see me on an escalator, it's when I get on, I literally hesitate for like 10 seconds to get on it, then I'll finally step on it, and then when it's time to get off, I like leap. I jump as far as I can to make sure I'm nowhere near the edge barrier of like where the escalator ends. Also, a couple years ago, my parents were walking home from our neighbor's house, and it was snowing outside. My mom picked up a snowball and ran to throw it at my dad, and when she threw it, she slid on the ice and fell, and she broke her ankle. She had to get like 7 screws and a plate and like surgery and everything. It was crazy, and it's just ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, the first clumsy injury I'm gonna state is not actually my fault. It's just like ridiculous that my foot broke over this. I was in a soccer game, and the other team, they were really nasty, and like I was a really aggressive player. Like when I play, like I get my elbows in there and everything like that, so I was kind of like a dirty player too. But this girl had it for me. Like we were constantly fighting back and forth for the ball, and there was like a minute left in the game, and I was near the goal, and I went I had the ball, and when we like kicked it away a little bit, so we were both running toward it, and I got there first and I was going to kick it, but I'm trying to I don't know how to explain it. Basically, she missed kicking the ball on purpose and kicked my ankle, because she kicked my back ankle that wasn't even the one that was toward the ball. So she wasn't even kicking toward the ball, she was kicking toward my foot. She kicked my ankle so hard, I fell to the floor. I got back up, I finished out the game, and then when the referee blew the whistle, I just felt like all this like pain, like all the adrenaline was like gone at this point, and I like limped off the field. I started crying. My dad had to like carry me to in the back of the car and like sit me up on the thing, and we went to the hospital. My ankle was broken because she kicked my ankle. So that was her fault, but like still, like it's just ridiculous. Alright, this clumsy injury, I'm sure everybody, like, especially now that we have like waterproof phones, listens to music in the shower, listens to Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, anything. And when a good song comes on, because you can control your playlist, you get into it. So like I was singing, this was like years ago, I was like singing in the shower, and like I started to like bust some moves, and there was soap on the ground of the shower, and I actually slipped and like fell backwards, and I broke my ankle, the same ankle that I broke playing soccer, just by doing that. Alright, this one, I'm not even going to save it for the end because like I just need to tell it now. This one is the most ridiculous injury that anybody could ever get. In 5th grade, when we were dismissed from school and we were getting onto the bus, I broke my ankle stepping off the curb to get onto the bus. The curb is a normal curb. It's literally like 3 inches off the ground, not even like 2 inches off the ground. Just stepping off of it, I stepped on my, like I put my foot down the wrong way. Even though it was 2 inches down, I broke it. I think it was like a hairline fracture or something. I was in a cast and crutches. So I got on the bus after that. I went home. I complained to my mom like I was crying getting off the bus. She took me to the hospital. So they give me a cast and put me on crutches. We get home. My mom is helping me out of the car. I go to reach for my book bag and my mom shuts the door and slams my finger on the car door, in the car door. So, back to the ER we go. I swear these people, the hospital probably thinks like she abused me because of how many times we've been there, and the stories are just ridiculous. So, we go there, my 2 fingers are broken. So now I have a cast on my hand, I'm on crutches, and I have a cast on my ankle because my ankle is broken. And that was in 5th grade. I've also fell walking up the stairs and like went to catch myself and landed on my wrist the wrong way and broke my wrist. You're probably thinking, if you're stupid enough to fall up the stairs, you've probably fallen down the stairs too. I have. I've fallen down my stairs, and I have broke my ankle. And this is separate from the time that I fell down the staircase at school. If you haven't seen that video, you need to go watch it. It's hilarious. Like, the story, because I'm not going to get in depth with that story, but in that video I did, and it's absolutely hilarious. I had my principals coming in my classroom talking about the footage that they saw, like laughing about and everything like that, and the whole story about it is absolutely ridiculous. You guys should go check it out, so I will link it below. Don't forget. Freshman year, I was on the color guard team, and I really wanted to be good at it. I wasn't into the whole marching band thing, and I didn't really like marching with the band to do the flag. I just liked doing the tricks. So I would always practice them because I thought it was so fun. And I decided to go into my front yard and practice before I went to practice. And I was practicing one of the tricks with the flags, and I was like shorter, and the flags are like really big. And when I was doing a cone, and when the flag hit the ground, I moved my foot because I was trying to practice marching with it because I sucked at it, and I slipped on the flag, and I broke my wrist. This one, I wasn't actually injured, thank God, but I thought I should include it into this video because it was a very, like, near-death situation. So, when we first moved into our old house, I was 6, and everybody came over, like, to celebrate, like, a house welcoming thing, and my grandparents were there. My grandma always plays board games with me. So I had a really, really tall dresser at the time that, like, almost reached the ceiling. It had a bunch of shelves, and I had board games on the top shelf of it. And I went upstairs to get a board game, and I noticed, obviously, it's way too tall for me to get. And instead of asking for help or like grabbing a chair or something to step on it, I decided to pull out the drawers of my dresser and layer it so I can walk up them like stairs. Because I thought I was like light, I guess. Oh my god, I thought my fish was dead. My fish literally plays dead all the time. I think just because it wants food. You eat too much. I feed my fish too much. Anyway, so I'm climbing these drawers to get to the top shelf. All of a sudden, the dresser is falling backwards and toward me. I fall to the floor, and this, like, huge, heavy dresser is about to crash into me. Luckily, I had a white toy box that was right behind me. Like, my head was here, and the dresser was, like, right here. And so the way I landed, the toy box captured the dresser's fall and completely destroyed my toy box. It was like, it chipped like the front and everything like that, so I can only imagine what would have happened if it hit me. It actually cut up my legs though, and I didn't even realize because I was in shock, and my parents heard, like everyone heard it fall, so they came running up the stairs. They were like, oh my god, are you okay, and everything like that. And once they got it off me and I was like walking away, I felt like a burn, and I looked down, and yeah, I had a cut up knee. Alright, the next one was actually last year when I was working at a different Dunkin' Donuts. I guess we were having like inspection that week, so our boss wanted us to clean everything, like things that you wouldn't even like see or use throughout the store, every inch and corner. So me and Louie were working that day, and we were cleaning everything up, and I decided that I was going to go into the back and like clean like the dust on tops of the shelves and everything like that. So there's like a 2-step foot ladder thing, if you guys know what I'm talking about, that I used to clean the top, because like I'm shorter and it was really tall, and I was dusting it, and it was like a really long shelf. So instead of, when I was dusting it, instead of getting off the step stool, moving it like a foot to the left, getting back on it to clean the other side, I decided just to lean. And as I was leaning, the foot ladder collapsed, and I fell. Even though I wasn't that high off the ground, I fell, and the way I landed, I broke my ankle. It was so funny. It was so funny. And then, like, Louie heard me fall, so he came in, and I couldn't even remember. I think, like, he said so many things were going through his head, because I work with him at a different Dunkin' now. We were just talking about it the other day, and he said that so many things was going through his head. Like, he thought it was funny. He wanted to know if I was okay. He was, like, about to go and get pizza, so now he couldn't go get pizza, and, like, it was really funny. So then he calls the boss, and the boss comes, and literally the first thing that the boss does is like, oh, you gotta be more careful, sign this like paper saying that like it's not my fault. Like, so I couldn't like sue him, I guess, but like that was his first concern. So I thought that was really funny. And my last story is, oh my god, I remember this like a video playing in my head. I think it's so funny. So I was in like 8th grade, and me and my best friend at the time, were really into like longboarding and like penny boarding, and her street, if you go down like a certain part of her street, there's like a really steep hill, and we never like would skateboard near that, but I was feeling confident in my skills, and I was like, no, like let's go down this hill, like it'll be fine. So I'm on the board, and she's holding my hands, and we start going down this hill, and of course the speed of her walking is increasing as we're going down the hill, because it's obviously starting to pick up like momentum and everything. And she was wearing Osiris's. And I just remember hearing, because it got to the point where we were going so fast that she had to be running to hold my hand, and the sound of her Osiris's hitting the road, running at the speed that she was running at, it's ridiculous, made me laugh so hard. And eventually she had to let go because she couldn't run fast enough to keep up anymore. And I turned around because she looked so funny running that I lost my balance and I fell, and my head hit the road, and I had a huge gash. Like, actually, I never wear my hair parted this way. If I part my hair this way, there's like a little bald spot there, and that's because that's where the gash was. There's like some scar tissue there. It was like bloody, and it's like chunks of blood. I also the shoulder, I had flesh ripped off my shoulder, like you could see so far into the layers of skin. Like, I couldn't even tell you what color it was. It was disgusting. And I called my mom to tell her that like I fell, like just to see, like she wanted me to come home. I was like, oh no, it's not even that bad. Like, I literally pretended like I pretended like I got like a cut and it was barely even bleeding. And I stayed at my friend's house for like 2 more days, and then I went home, and then I told her I just didn't want to go home. So yeah, we took it upon ourselves to like try to clean it. We didn't even like clean it properly. I'm pretty sure I went into like a really hot shower. I'm not sure that that's how you're supposed to do that, but oh well. But yeah, so those are just some of many ridiculous injuries. I have so many more stories. If you guys want to hear it, just leave a comment below. Also comment below if you have any ridiculous stories, because I love reading that stuff. And when I share some like weird stories like this and I tell you guys to share your experiences, I actually have had a couple people DM me, and like 1 or 2 people actually do comment below and like share a story, and I love it. I appreciate it. I like them. Like I'll like press the like I love them, but I'll press like. But yeah, I really do like to give attention to that, so I'll probably make a video making like just sharing with you guys some of the people, some of the things that people share with me, because they're pretty weird too, but I love it. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't, turn on your post notifications so you can see when I post. I actually made a YouTube schedule for the next coming month, and I have about one to 2 videos per week that I'm doing just until after Christmas, and then I'll start to record more. So just, yeah, just I will keep you posted. Keep me posted, updated. I don't know. No. But yeah, I really appreciate when you guys like share and get involved in everything like that. Makes me feel really good. So don't forget to do that, and I will talk to you guys later, guys. Bye.